Vancouver, a vibrant metropolis on Canada's west coast, known for its stunning natural beauty, 19th century history, and quirky landmarks. Join me as I show you the perfect itinerary for a one-day walking tour and share my honest first impressions, some of which were quite unexpected. It's only logic that our day in Vancouver starts in Gastown, which is the oldest area here in Vancouver, and it's known for a bunch of shops, restaurants, quirky little places for you to explore, as well as the famous steam clock, which is actually one of the only steam clocks remaining in the world. What I love about Vancouver so far, aside from the architecture, is how walkable everything is here. So I've mapped out a walking itinerary for today, which is fantastic because normally when you explore a city, you don't expect to see everything by foot in one day. We're heading straight into the downtown area where there's a library that I've been dying to see. This library was built with the Colosseum in mind, so it's round and stands out from all the other more rectangular architecture around it. And there is a time capsule that was buried there in 2010 that'll be opened in 2040 on the library's 45th anniversary. Whilst taking in the multicultural, modern, and detail-oriented city, I made my way to the iconic Homer Street Cafe and Bar for lunch. The downtown area is obviously also well known for a lot of shops, be it luxury designer boutiques or more casual sporty ones. The main street that I would recommend going on is Georgia Street and Robson Street. That's where you'll find the most well-known brands and impressive boutiques as well. And as nice as vintage shopping was, the next activity left me quite shocked. Keep watching to see why. From that area, it's about a 20-minute walk to the ferry terminal down to the Aquabus. And the reason that I want to take the Aquabus is because I'm actually really curious to see the most famous beach here. Okay, confession time, I messed up. The ferry terminal is actually right under me and I found myself on the bridge instead. So I have no other option now except for crossing right over. But I do still want to see the ferry, the Aquabus, so I am going to take that later on. I was really curious to see Kitts Beach, or in other words, Kitsilano Beach, because it was ranked as one of the top 10 beaches in the world. Honestly, I think there's a good 1,000 people on the beach right now, so I'm gonna walk around, see what all the commotion is about, and I'll give you my honest opinion if it is really worth the ranking or not. Okay, I'm a little bit traumatized. I don't think I've ever in my life seen this many people on a beach. This is absolute madness. I'm sorry, but this is a little bit too much for me. If we're comparing beaches between Toronto and Vancouver, and I perfectly understand that the one in Toronto was man-made, I would still go to that one. This is actually quite shocking to me, because for me, a beach is supposed to be relaxing, but this is anything but relaxing. So if there's anything that surprised me about Vancouver, it's definitely this. What's going to be less crowded for a fact is the Kitsilano swimming pool, which is actually the size of 3 Olympic swimming pools put together, and it's the largest one in Canada, and also the residential area around here. It's got some really cute houses, and it's a place that I've enjoyed exploring just because of how different it is to the downtown area. Here, this is more suburban, more adapted to families, and then downtown, it's more, you know, the hustle and bustle of the city and more apartment living. Well, this time I was smarter, and instead of taking the bridge, I took the seaside walk to get to Granville Island. Now, Granville Island is the tiny little island that sits right between Kitts Beach and downtown Vancouver. And the reason that a lot of you might find it in Vancouver guides is because it's fully dedicated to entertainment. Sitting here with this kind of view, yes, all up for that. Very, very beautiful indeed. Just the atmosphere on this side is much nicer than inland on Granville, I think. And I'm actually very close to the ferry dock now, so I'm not going to make the same mistake as before, and I'm going to show you what taking the ferry is like here. The afternoon is perfect for walking along Cole Harbour, which is an upscale, luxurious residential area. At the start, you've got the seaplane terminal, which is really fun to just stand around, watch seaplanes taking off, and then you can walk along all the way up to Stanley Park, which is something that I'm going to attempt to do right now. It does take a little bit of time to get there, but I think with a view like this, I'm not going to get bored. Well, actually that wasn't so bad. After about a 20-minute walk, I've made it to the bridge that divides Cole Harbour and Stanley Park. And the reason that Stanley Park is so famous is because it is actually over 400 hectares of green space. Now that's amazing for a city and absolutely huge if you think about it. And because of that, I won't actually have time to see everything, but I am going to prioritize the rose gardens. Just look at this light. Fantastic, wow. And I was told that we actually got really lucky because Vancouver doesn't see this kind of weather often. So now it's about 6:30 p.m. and I'm thinking of trying to find a really nice place for sunset. I've come just in time for sunset. It looks like the sunset is going to be absolutely spectacular. I have come to English Bay, which is a beach that is looking a little bit less crowded than Kitts Beach, so already that's a good start. We've got some rocks over to that side, so I think that's where I'm gonna sit down and film the sunset for you. It is looking absolutely gorgeous. That was one of my favorite ever sunsets, like, in life. I mean, look at that. The sky is still displaying these gorgeous colors. It's like a work of art. And just to be here, taking it all in, being at one with nature is such an important experience to have, especially when you visit a new city. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm gonna jump in an Uber now, quickly get changed, and then show you where I'm going for dinner. As night fell on Vancouver, I reflected on all the things I saw that day. And despite a few surprising moments, I can safely say that Vancouver is now my new favorite Canadian city. Even dinner at Nightingale turned out to be the best meal in the country up until now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click on this video next.